Today we will look at reflections, which is the second type of rigid transformation. So just like last time, a couple of keywords to pay attention to is going to be flip and mirror. Now, reflecting, you will always reflect across lines. So we have horizontal lines, which gives us y equals something. We have vertical lines, which is x equals something. And then diagonal lines, which is y equals something x. Okay. The notation will be, so reflection whoops will look something like this. I need to move that down a little bit. Where capital R stands for reflect. The L is the line of reflection, so what you're going to be reflecting across. And then the object is just what is being moved. All right. Now let's do a couple examples. So if I look at number 3 on page 2, I see 2 triangles. Now, again, you can label your points. It's nothing against that. Now, this question says go from figure A to B. So I have to think about which of these vertices matches this triangle over here. If I look, A is going to come up here at the top, C is going to be on the right, and then B prime will be the point closest to the origin. So I have 3 options. Again, I have y equals, which is a horizontal line, x equals, which is a vertical line, or y equals something x, which is diagonal. So horizontal, vertical, diagonal. The easiest way to think about reflections, in my opinion, is to imagine where would a crease have to be on the paper in order to have these line up or lay on top of each other. So from A to A prime, what I'm going to do is actually plot my coordinates. So -2, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's +2, 8. So my distance here is a 4. So from -2 to 2 is 4. So I want to take half of that distance. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now, because we're moving side to side, I'm going to either go 2 right or 2 left. Since I start with figure A in this case, I'm going to go 2 to the right. So if I just move 2 to the right, I end at this dot right here. Then I'll go to another point, say B and B prime. B is -2, 1. B prime is 2, 1. And again, my changes in my x values. So -2 to 2 is a change of 4. Split that in half. Tells me 2. And again, I want to move towards the prime, so I'm just going to count 2 to the right, and it's there. And then if you connect these dots, that's your line of reflection. Which is, so it's a vertical line. So I know it's not a horizontal line. I know it's not a diagonal line, so it's a vertical line. So reflect across the line X, and then what's the X value? Which is equal to 0 of figure A. Another way to say this, reflect across Y-axis, figure A. If we can try a couple more examples. So number 5 on page 3. Again, I see the word reflect. That tells me I'm going to be flipping. Reflect the rectangle across the dashed line. Now these can become a little bit more difficult for some people. The biggest thing to take away is your points must be equidistant from line of reflection. What I mean by that is when I was up here, right, I found my distance between my A and A prime, split that in half and put a point. Found a distance between B and B prime, split that in half, or that's when I divided by 2, and I then put a point. So I'm just going to start with point A. I'm going to plot it. And it's -2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now horizontal lines, you're going to go straight down. Vertical lines, you'll go straight up. But I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, or I'm 5 away. From point A. So that means I'm just going to go 5 down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is going to be A prime. I'm going to do the same thing with B. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up from the line. So I'm just going to go from this line and go 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be B prime. C, I'm 1, 2. Because I'm 2 up, I'm now going to go 2 down. 1, 2. And then D, I'm 1, 2 above the line, so now I just need to go 2 below the line. And then I'll connect the dots. So big takeaway here, guys, is do these point by point. Don't try to move the whole figure. Again, I start with 1 point, reflect it, translate it, rotate it, dilate it, whatever it asks you to do. Just do it point by point. Go to your answer choices. See which ones can work based off of that answer or that point you found. And then go to your next point and your next point and your next point. So I guess I should, A prime is -7, -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. B prime be -2, -6. C prime -2, -3. Pay attention to your signs here. I almost messed up already. -7, -3. Six is rotation, translated, rotated. So that's the last reflection one. So kind of easy for the most part. If you can just see the lines, then you may not have to go through this step by step like I did. However, I'm not, very visual, or I have a hard time seeing it. So if you have questions, just email me and let me know.